Hello and good morning. It is an awesome day here today. It is our third day parked here, not driving anywhere and just being inside, just taking some time to rest and recover after just a really busy past couple months. And actually, when I think about it, a very busy past year. So it actually rained all day yesterday. And if you've ever wondered, what do you do inside a tiny van you can't even stand up in for an entire day when it's raining? Well, here's a little bit of what I got up to. It is raining outside and I am so pleased about it. I do have a leak at the back door. I have a pot out catching it, but it's a lot better than it used to be now that I've put on that rain deflector. It worked perfectly for several weeks and then I forgot it was there and slammed it in the back door. And yeah, I might just have to remount it, but I'll need like a warmer dry day for that because if the metal's frozen, the tape doesn't stick as well. Alright, so I am very excited for this. I haven't done a puzzle in ages. I used to love doing puzzles, but it's kind of hard in the van. And until I built this counter with this flip up, I didn't have enough space. And then you also need to finish it before you drive. So I bought this puzzle at a thrift store in the Yukon for $3. And I think it will fit on my desk. And hopefully I can finish it before I need to drive in a few days. Alright, so here I have all the edge pieces and I've kind of just organized them by theme. I can start building here. So I've managed to do probably over a third of the puzzle. And I'm hungry and I need to straighten my legs. I think I need to just back away from this. I am in hyper fixation mode. I could probably just sit here until it was done. But I'm going to look after myself and I'm going to snuggle Frank. I think we're going to eat and watch some movie now. Sounds like a good thing to do.
Nobody cares for the woods anymore.
We're not orcs. We're hobbits.
Hobbits.
Taters. Brussels. What's taters, huh?
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
We are hobbits of the Shire. Frodo Baggins is my name, and this is Samwise Gamgee.
At dawn, look to the east.
And now today is not raining. We actually just spent a bit of time outside so Frank could chew on a log. And my knee is acting up, unfortunately. It is an ongoing battle. it can be really good for like a couple weeks and allow me to do a bunch of hiking, and then one day I'll just take a step and it'll just be searing pain and I won't be able to move it without wincing for days. So it's improving. I can actually sleep now without it keeping me up from the pain, and I can move around decent, but it still doesn't want to go out on adventures. So we're going to enjoy, and my sock is twisted. We're going to enjoy another inside day. I'm going to drink this decaf coffee, and I'm actually going to finish the puzzle I started yesterday because I ended up just going at it last night and it's mostly done. So I really want to finish that today. I actually got dressed today, which is awesome. I'm feeling a lot of actual like New Year energy, a lot of like reinvigoration. It probably has to do with me getting so much sleep while I've been here, been trying to catch up on sleep, but it's also the full moon today. So I'm just feeling energized and stoked and just thinking a lot about New Year stuff, which real quick brings me to today's sponsor. Thank you to Element for sponsoring this video and helping me with my ongoing New Year's resolution to improve the consistency of my hydration. Element is by far the tastiest electrolyte drink mix on the market, which helps me drink enough water to begin with because I'm just not amazing at drinking plain water. But even better than that, they have a science-backed blend of electrolytes and absolutely no filler or artificial flavors or artificial colors or sugar or anything like that. So it's just the essential nutrients that you need to replenish whenever you do anything that results in sweating, or if you eat a diet of primarily whole foods cooked at home and you don't add a lot of salt to your diet. And it's really important to stay topped up on these electrolytes because they're essential for so many important bodily functions. But even better than all of that, if you go to drinkelementi.com/TIDELINTOALPINE and make any purchase, you're going to get a sample pack included with your purchase. And that sample pack includes all 8 flavors, so you can figure out which one you'd like to try next or share with a salty friend. Some of my favorite flavors include watermelon salt, raspberry salt, orange salt, and citrus salt. But there's also this great winter medley bundle that's only available for a limited time, and it includes chocolate raspberry, chocolate chai, and chocolate mint. And this is designed to enjoy warm or be included in recipes, which you can find on their website. So once again, that is drinkelementi.com/TIDELINTOALPINE. Purchase a box of whatever flavor you think you'll like most. You're gonna get the sample pack included, and this offer applies even if you've already ordered from Element. So every time you restock on your favorite electrolyte mix, go to the link below, get the sample pack. It helps support the channel. And if it's your first time giving it a try and you end up not liking it, which I doubt will be the case, they do have a no hassle money back guarantee. So there's really nothing to lose. And with that said, back to my inside time. And so I thought for this video, I would continue to share my inside activities because I got some different activities up my sleeve today after I'm done puzzling. And I would also share just kind of like what I'm hoping to bring forward in my life in this new year. Sadness! No! Oh. It's really too bad that one piece is missing, but I've been looking for that piece for quite a while, so I suspected that would be the case. I did get the puzzle at the thrift store, but I'm going to take a look around my van just in case I dropped it. But yeah, that was really fun. I felt pretty daunted when I first took it out of the box, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this, either space-wise or in time. And it turns out I did it. Alright, so I went under my bed to get some canned goods, some canned soup and stuff for the next bout of rain. And my mattress was a little damp on the bottom side, which happens. That's like totally normal. And I don't have airflow slats down or anything yet, although I should do that. I use these cedar slats because that helps allow airflow, but also the cedar is like antifungal and stuff. Anyways, I flipped my mattress and Frank is hanging out here. He's not the most stoked on it. I lured him with treats and now he just has to hang out there while the mattress dries out before I make the bed. It wasn't too bad, but I figure better to get on it sooner than later. And since it's not raining, it's a nice time to have the door open, and I shook out some blankets and stuff. So yeah, I got that New Year energy, full moon charge going on. I got into a whole cleaning frenzy and I cleaned out like all down here and did a bunch of food consolidation and swept. And then because it wasn't raining, I opened up the doors and I cleaned like all around the doors because they do like get quite moist. So I like to dry them off sometimes, but then also there's like dust and dirt and stuff, and it does grow mold. Even though it's on metal, it will grow mold just because it's like so moist. So I cleaned up all that, and now I've just closed the doors because it's sunset and turned on the heater, and I'm gonna crank it to get the mattress fully dry before I make the bed, which means me and this guy are gonna be hanging. Get the snot off my nose, thank you. We're gonna just hang out back here together. It's a little crammed, but I might just put on like Lord of the Rings or something so we can sit still. And of course he gets most of the space and I'm just gonna fit around him. And yeah, that feels really good to get so much cleaning done, just kind of get like a mental handle on everything, and really good to like flip the mattress. That feels awesome. Normally I would go to a yoga class tonight, but because of the holidays, it's not happening. So I decided to get some movement in the van, which is also really important when you're in a tiny space. You know, I can't stand up. There's not a ton of space to move, and if I'm spending a few days in here, I can get pretty stiff. So it's nice to treat my body kindly. And I have on the wall here, I have all the cards from my yoga decks that can be done on my bed. So I just put them all up there as kind of inspiration and motivation. And so part of my goals for this year is to just build better habits around that type of self-care and just prioritize a bit more time for treating my body well, because I can do it in my van in any weather. So I really shouldn't make excuses for it so often. So I've made dinner. I just heated up some ready-to-eat soup on this stove. I got some crackers, and I've also pinched my finger pad, and I can see there's going to be a blood blister there. So that's unfortunate, but I'm going to eat this, and then I'm going to set up my 2024 planner. Gotta decorate the outside with stickers, and I think that's it. I just put like my information inside, so if I lose it, Hopefully it finds its way back to me. But I have been using these Moleskine planners as long as I've been living in a van. And I write down in it, or at least I try to, every night where I sleep, what the weather was like, as well as like appointments and stuff in case something happens to my phone. I still have it written down. And I write in things like just to-do lists or creative ideas or like words. If I get like words or ideas stuck in my head, I'll like write it down, just like ruminate over it for a while. So it's like not quite a journal, but it's more than just like appointments and stuff. So yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little list in one of the blank pages before the planner starts of habits I want to cultivate this year. And the first is a phone-free morning routine. I've always enjoyed my days the most when I wake up and there's no phone service, because then I don't get up and look on my phone. But it's also not very convenient to just always be avoiding phone service, so I just need to build a good habit of not looking at my phone in the morning and instead doing other things like hydrating, as we've mentioned. And, journaling. Yep. That would fit into the morning routine really well. And it's also something I pretty much always do if I wake up without phone service, but if I wake up and there's phone service, then I look at my phone and I don't journal. And it's nice to journal. It's nice to sometimes write down the dreams or just get some thoughts off my head before starting the day. One of my biggest goals for this year is to get better quality sleep. I'm gonna have a little cozy snuggle time with Frank and finish watching the third Lord of the Rings film to wrap up these really nice few days in the van, just like being cozy, doing inside things. I'm also nearing completion on this toque project, so I'm pretty sure I can finish the knitting portion of that while the movie plays. So that's awesome. And then I just have to close up all the ends on both of them. But before I do that, I'll probably actually start a new project because that's how I roll. Well, cheers to the end of 2023. Today is now New Year's Eve. It's been a few days since I last checked in with you. I've had a couple cozy days in the van, and I've had a couple pretty busy days in town. I went to a movie in the city. I had some vet appointments with Frank. You will probably hear more about in the future because it's just ongoing. I'm not ready to talk about it. And I've had some just nice time with friends and stuff. But yeah, this video's being a little different than what I tend to make. I know a lot of you probably come to my channel for like nature and outdoors stuff, as that is what I primarily share. And that is a big reason about why I live in a van, is I wanted to lower the cost of living so that I could spend more time outside and just living a slower pace of life and be able to travel more. But I'm also really a homebody, and so that makes van life kind of perfect for me because I can be home and I can be inside and I can be cozy and I can look out my window and there's nature and trees and I can feel completely at home in places I've never been before. So that's something that works really well for me about living in a van, is that I equally love to travel and see new places, and I like to be home and inside and cozy. And yeah, this just works to bring my home with me. So some of the other things I do when I'm spending time inside is reading. I have a lot of books in the van. I built a bookshelf and it is overflowing. I also sometimes like to draw or paint. I haven't done that in a little while, but I feel that itch coming again. I also like to spend time playing my drum, which I've had for a year now. And I've actually just put up a video on my Patreon, which is free. Anyone can access it. And it's all about my drum and my new instrument. So if you want to be the first to hear about that, then check out the link below, go over to my Patreon, and you can watch that video for free. And yeah, what else do I like to do in the van? I just hang out a lot. Like, I do watch a lot of YouTube videos. Like, I like watching videos, kind of like educational content. There's a few people I like to follow. I'm pretty invested and never miss a video. I always start watching, press the thumbs up and watch it to the end. Even if they lose my attention, I'll just let it play while I'm doing something else and just listen to it. Because I know that's really important for them to kind of sustain their life through creating videos of stories of their lives, just like I do. And so, yeah, I also spend a lot of time just snuggling Frank, especially as he gets older, the older he gets. And it just starts to feel really real that he won't be here forever. I mean, it's always been a reality in my mind, but I just, as time goes on, feel more and more just like savoring his presence. So like earlier today, like I just spent like hours holding him. I was just holding him and snuggling him and like watching a video. And you know, that doesn't really lend itself to like good entertainment, but that's our life. And the thing is especially over the past year, I've seen a lot of travel and van life creators have burnout, who have been doing it much less time than I have. You know, some of them only a couple years, maybe like 5 years. The difference between 5 years and 10 years is pretty big. And so I think part of how I've managed to just make this a sustainable lifestyle is that I do take periods in like winter. You know, I'm not always just chasing summer. I'm not chasing that like 75 and sunny or whatever the saying is. Like, I like to live with the seasons. I like to experience the seasons. And part of experiencing winter in Canada is slowing down and just taking time inside to be cozy and to be with myself and to sort my thoughts and just to do the types of things that I find fulfilling, like all the little activities I do in my van and just puttering around inside and just being home. This van is home. I don't feel like I need to go somewhere else. I don't feel like I need to be in sticks and bricks to have that feeling of relief and rest. And with that said, there are still challenges. You know, if I spend multiple days inside, I get a lot of condensation buildup. I have to manage that. I have to be on top of my water, not run out of water. I don't have running water, so being clean is like a thing. I did shower at a friend's yesterday, but yeah, there's a lot of little tasks and stuff that like can wear on a person. But I just try to always keep in mind what it was like for me personally when I was paying rent and living in a house and working jobs I didn't find fulfilling, how much more that wore me down, even though I had some of the other luxuries and conveniences. And it's going to be different for everyone. And I've just been very mindful, knowing I have no way out of this to make it sustainable. You know, I don't have the money in the bank to just go rent an Airbnb on the beach in Mexico for 4 months, or just to like pay up front for a few months to like live inside somewhere. I have to make this work. And so I've listened to myself, I've listened to my body, and I've made it work. And so I thought it might be interesting for some of you that I share my inside time. And so that's what I've done. And that was this video. And I'm really excited for what's to come, for the videos to come. And yeah, I'm really excited to share. So hopefully you'll stick around. There's going to be back to outside, a lot more nature in all the videos to come. And yeah, I'm not going to let on too much what I have planned, but it's going to be good. So I hope you'll join me. Thank you so much for your support. And all your just lovely comments and engagement and stuff means a lot to me. So I got a cute clip of Frank to send you off on your way, and we'll see you soon.